says Carl on Lan, when you're like, Carl on Lan, and Sound Ioni, Tecacu, na lily dos, Demon Carl on Lan Afghani, Canir dir, Canir knows.
Thank you. I'm not that bad, really, am I?
Oh, no.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
I never remember a time when I wasn't singing. I used to make a lot of noise as a kid. My grandmother, when she first met me, I was about 10, and we went across from Western Australia all the way across to Sydney, where my grandmother lived. And at the end of 2 weeks staying there, she said to my mother, "I never heard that child make a pleasant sound." I just learnt to yodel on the train coming over. Some kid taught me how to yodel, and I was going around going, yodel all the time, driving them mad. None of them were ready for it. They joined up, my father and his brother. They had gone out to Australia to make their fame and fortune from Wales. They went out there. And when the First World War started, they joined up as Australian soldiers.
How old is he?
Dad was 18 and his brother Carl was 16. And Dad put his age up to 21 so that he could be old enough to vouch for the fact that his 16-year-old brother was 18, because you had to be 18 to join up. And they came back, as they thought, for some adventure, thinking that they'd better get in quickly because the war would be over in a year, they all thought. And the reality was horrific. Just the slaughter was appalling, and I wouldn't have thought Dad would have been singing much on the battlefield.
Not so.
I just was asked to retrace their footsteps, to go back to Belgium and to France, and to see the areas where they fought. And they'd done all the research with the Australian forces in Australia with their historic records, and so they were able to tell me exactly where my dad went and where his brother went, and it was such an emotional journey. I've finished up in tears most of the time. It was so powerful, and they asked me to sing Two Little Boys, and it was then that struck me like a pile of bricks being dropped on my head, that the song related so strongly to their story about the two brothers joining opposite sides. And sorry, I've got to do that again. My agent found out that they were going to be singing Two Little Boys on their new album, this latest album. And as a result of me singing the song on the program about my family at war, he thought it would be a wonderful collaboration for me to do it with the choir, and he approached them, and it worked like a dream.